Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for being here. This is Mundo Maldini, your channel. As you know, we've been following MLS quite a bit here, and we're going to do even more next season, the US League, Major League Soccer. Before the big final between the Galaxy and the New York Red Bulls, I want to talk about Riqui Puig in this video, by the way. And I want to discuss whether I think it's fair or not that Leo Messi was named the best player in MLS. I also want your opinion on it. Leo Messi has just received the title of best player in MLS with this magnificent trophy. As you know, his team, Inter Miami, qualified in first place, dominating the regular season, which is why they won what they call the Supporters' Shield, which is kind of a tournament, an honorary title for the best team in the regular league. But then the playoffs come in MLS, and in those playoffs, in a spectacular, impressive playoff, 2009, Inter Miami surprisingly lost to Atlanta United, who then got eliminated shortly after. So, logically, Leo Messi's season, in terms of the MLS title, hasn't been good because he got knocked out in the first round in the first playoff. But the team really played some great football, honestly. They played really well because I've watched a lot of matches. I know not everyone follows MLS here in Spain or in Europe, but I've seen the games of Inter Miami, not all of them, but quite a few, and they played really well. I know the level out there, all that. He played well. In this video, I want to include the Wyscout report to look at Leo Messi's stats compared to others. At the end, I want to discuss another detail I don't want to overlook, and whether I think it was fair for Messi to be named the best player in MLS. We're not talking about the top scorer, which he wasn't, or the top assister, which he wasn't, but the best player. All of that can't just be measured with cold data. We're not talking about the top scorer, which he wasn't, or the top assister, which he also wasn't. We are talking about the best player. All of that can't just be measured with cold data. The goals you score, the assists you provide, yes, he's the best player. I have to say that Leo Messi has had a great MLS season, and he is the best footballer in the US League. I don't think there's any doubt that it's Leo Messi who has been the best player this year. 2024 is a different story. I want us to look at some details, evaluate why. I'm going to say at the end what I think so we can evaluate a bit why. Well, I think we're already with Wyscout. This is the end of the regular season. The final is still to come. But let's say it's the complete season of MLS. The top scorer has been Benteke from 600th United, Liverpool, and Aston Villa, etc. Second, Bouanga from Los Angeles, who has been really good. Third, Leo Messi has scored the same number of goals as Luis Suarez. Leo Messi and Luis Suarez are tied with 21 goals. 2 goals, the same as Bouanga. And then Benteke, top scorer with 23 expected goals. Notice that Leo Messi is far behind in expected goals, meaning he has been well above what he should have done. Let's take a moment to expand on expected goals, which I think is really worth it. And here we have it. These are the expected goals. Friends from Mundo Maldini. We have it right here. There you go. Bouanga with 23.32. In the 90 minutes, it was Swidowski from Charlotte with 0.79. But if we look at expected goals and expected assists per 90 minutes, we can see Leo Messi here in 4th place. But let's expand on the topic of expected goals, which is something I do want to do, to see where Leo Messi stands. Let's see where Leo Messi is. We're already expanding the list of expected goals, and we don't see Leo Messi at the moment. Gabriel Peck, by the way, a player from the Galaxy who could be very important in the final. Rafael Navarro from Rapids, Arango from Real Salt Lake, is the son of the Arango who plays Mallorca, for example. We're moving down, and here is number 16, Leo Messi. That means Leo Messi should have scored about 13 goals, but he has scored 21, which means he has made the most of his chances, 100%. He has been well above what his team has created for him. That's what I mean. That's important. He has been well above what his team has created for Leo Messi. Let's move on to, for example, the topic of shots. These are shots, not goals, shots. Here we have it. We still don't see, well, 4th, Riqui Puig, whom I'll also talk about later in the 90 minutes. If we take the average of 90 minutes per game, that is, counting the games they haven't played, etc., on average, Leo Messi is the second player with the most shots in 90 minutes across the entire LS, behind Cucho Hernandez from Columbus Crew. By the way, I was told that he just went to a place like Columbus, which is pretty calm, and it has really suited him well, to be honest. And in terms of 100% shots on target, Luis Suarez is second behind Gadza from Philadelphia Union. I promise you, I'm going to keep following a lot more, even next season in the MLS. Maybe I'll even make some kind of agreement with the league itself, which I would really love to do, honestly. An agreement with the MLS, I would love it. Let's take a look at more details because I was watching, let's see, in terms of build-up play, the passing. The topic of passing, where is Leo Messi in terms of passing? Well, here we have Riqui Puig, the player with the most passes. Riqui Puig, the player with the most through balls. In second place is Leo Messi with 70. And third is Sebastian Rodriguez from New York City. Key plays have been Acosta. Notice that we don't see Messi as much in key plays. In long passes, well, this already crosses into the goalkeeper's area, so it doesn't count much, obviously. But in passes to the final third, we see that Riqui Puig has made the most with 607, and in off-the-ball movements, Riqui Puig is also the best in progressive passes, Riqui Puig. In ball progression, the second is Riqui Puig. I'm saying with this, deep attacks, the second is Riqui Puig, and the third is Leo Messi, behind Acosta from Cincinnati. What I'm saying with all this, friends of Mundo Maldini, is that in the end, Riqui Puig has had a truly spectacular tournament. Here we have the topic of passes again, as you can see. 3,175. Well, per 90 minutes, which is what we can see the most. The player who has made the most passes per 90 minutes in the MLS has been Riqui Puig, who, by the way, won't be able to play in the final because he's injured. It's a shame that he has played some amazing matches. Well, throughout the tournament, he has had some spectacular matches. I think this is important, and then we're going to expand a bit. And I'll wrap it up because I don't want to make it too long. Let's expand a bit. And here we see the passes per 90 minutes. And we're looking for Leo Messi, who logically has played quite close to the area. He hasn't had as much consistent involvement in the game as we can see here. He's not showing up. Riqui Puig is the first. Hector Herrera is second, by the way. He's from Atletico de Madrid, the Mexican. And the second is from Houston Dynamo. And to find Leo Messi, look, we have to scroll all the way down. Well, in fact, he's not in the top 30. I haven't seen him, or he's just not there. Here's Delgado Waterman. Take a look. What I mean by this is that per 90 minutes, Leo Messi has had, for example, Federico Redondo, his teammate from Inter Miami, has had involvement in the game. Jordi Alba has had more involvement in the game than Leo Messi himself. You're all seeing this. You're seeing it here. Lorenzo Insigne, there are many players. Sergio Busquets has also had more involvement in the game than Leo Messi, because here we have it. Friends of Mundo Maldini, what Leo Messi has done is have a lot of ability to solve things in the final meters. All of this is good. Really, all of this is good because in the end, what it has done for Inter Miami is that they won't wear themselves out too much. I think this is fundamental. This is the most important thing we can see about Leo Messi and the rest of the league's 2009 friends of Mundo Maldini. I have to say two things. First of all, watching the games, Leo Messi is the player who has gotten me out of my seat the most, of course. In terms of participation, as you've seen, he scored 21 goals, just behind Benteke, a lot of assists, meaning he had a lot of involvement in the last 30 meters of the field, not so much in the build-up of the play, in the start of the game, in the midfield, at the base of the midfield, not there. Inter Miami was very clear about that with Tata Martino, who, by the way, is no longer there. It's going to be Mascherano. It will be interesting to see what happens next season with Inter Miami. And on top of that, it will be interesting to see him in the Club World Cup, which will be following here this summer. But it seems to me that watching the games, I don't think it's unfair that he was chosen as the best player of the tournament. I don't think it's unfair that Leo Messi was chosen as the best player of the tournament. I think he's been the player who has provided the most entertainment. But I don't want to miss the chance to mention friends of Mundo Maldini to wrap up the video. This guy, Riqui Puig. Keep an eye on the amazing tournament Riqui Puig has had. I would love to see him in Europe again. I would love to see Riqui Puig in Europe. What he played with the Galaxy has been spectacular, and they could be champions without him because he's injured and can't play in the final. The number of fantastic passes he's made, if you haven't seen the match against Minnesota in the conference semifinal, spectacular. The pass he makes right at the start of the game, the amount of repertoire he had, getting to the final third, dribbling the ball, making through passes, organizing the play. It has been a show. Riqui Puig has been an absolute spectacle. I have to say it like this. I was quite critical of Riqui Puig when he was at Barcelona. I didn't think he was at the level of that Barca, and I said it. But right now, at the level he's at, I'm not saying he's at Barca, but I do believe Riqui Puig deserves to return to top European football, to an important team in a major league. I think he deserves it. I don't know if he's going to do it, but I definitely think he deserves it. I insist. I think we have Leo Messi here. I think it's fair to say that Leo Messi was chosen. I would say second is Riqui Puig, but Leo Messi, player of the MLS, and we'll see what happens in the final. The favorite is the Galaxy, but MLS is a tournament where there's a lot, but a whole lot of equality. A hug. Bye, 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 bye.